Hey guys, hey Jordan. I was curious about your debut. What do you think about getting started in your Razorback career and having a strip sack and fumble recovery?
Honestly, first I have to start off by just talking about the atmosphere of the entire place. It was really electric, something that I've really never seen before, up close and personal. You know, you always see a bunch of places where you can see on TV the crowds are getting into it, but it's nothing like actually feeling the electricity in the air that was there. So just being able to go out there and play and everything worked out in my favor. The defense ran the defense that we played well, and it just ended up with me having to be able to make a play. So it was just an amazing experience. Thankful for all the defense that we've done. Thankful for everybody that played. Thankful for everything, for real. Just to be able to come out here and, make a statement with my first game, and hopefully many more to come.
And Jadon, you had a touchdown catch, had a carry, also had a few catches total. What do you think about your debut and also, like Jordan said, the environment there on Saturday?
Yeah, the environment it was amazing. It's obviously something I'm used to, and I hope it gets better and better every week. And from a debut standpoint, I feel like we all, as an offense, we had a debut as well because it's a lot of new faces, and I feel like we made kind of a statement. And I feel like we got more in the tank, and we're gonna get better every week. Not satisfied at all.
Thanks, guys.
Bob?
Hey, Jadon, I remember Sam Pittman talking early in camp that, you didn't get here until the fall, maybe took you, you got there last spring, maybe it wasn't until the fall that you started feeling comfortable. Kind of what's your comfort level now with KJ and everybody in the offense and just, being here and everything?
I say I was always comfortable. Obviously, I wasn't healthy in the spring, and we had a little more time to, get back right and get the timing down during the summer. Fall camp then that's when everything kind of got unleashed and it was shown, and the coaches actually get to see it. But those late nights and times that people didn't see, that's what really made it how it is. And to be honest, I feel like the world still haven't really seen it, if we're being real. So we got a lot of work to do. We don't have anything to prove to anybody. We got a lot to prove to ourselves, though.
And I know Shane Beamer didn't coach your position, but he talked about knowing you today. And obviously you played with Spencer Rattler. So what do you think about going against those guys, some of your old Oklahoma guys?
They both some competitive guys. I like Coach Beamer. He was a great coach when I was there. It's gonna be fun. I can't wait to have a face-off with him.
And I know you're not facing Shane, obviously, on the field, but what do you think about him being over there at South Carolina?
Actually, when he left, I respect him. When he left, he actually stayed for the bowl game, and he was there, even though he had got that head coach job. He stayed, and after the season was over, that's when he shifted over and went, and he actually kept it real with his players that was there, and I kind of respected that.
And then could you just, I think KJ hit you like with 3 DBs around you the other day. And that was a great shot of you jumping up in the air. Could you describe that play and kind of how that felt?
It was just trust. I've done it before. I've made crazy catches. I don't know how I do it. It's just a blessing from God, to be honest. And it's really just him, being comfortable, giving me the opportunity, to be honest. And I got to make do with any opportunity. Ain't no telling when it's gonna come back. So gotta make it count.
Thanks, guys.
Tom?
Yeah. Hey, Jordan. Bumper Pool on Saturday called your move like a classic move on the strip sack. Can you maybe describe how that play went down?
Honestly, if we want to talk about that play, we have to talk about just the entire defensive effort before. Every defensive end that was coming in was getting a good pass rush up, moving up the field, trying to get around the edge, giving it speed. So we were just setting it up for my perfect play. I was working speed on him. He finally opened up his hips, so I just decided to counter back with a spin move. It worked out in my favor, and we were able to go in, and I was able to make a play. It was just a good move,
Execution.
execution, exactly. It was just execution stuff that we work in practice every single day. Just keep working speed, speed, speed. And then once you finally have them, you can counter back in. That's just not even a play on me. That was a play on the entire defensive line, just coming all day, every day, just coming into work and then just showing up on Saturday and putting me in the perfect position to make that play.
I think there were people concerned about your depth at D tackle and DN going into the season. How would you describe where you guys stand right now in terms of depth?
When it comes to depth, I don't really think about that. I'm more so just, they have me listed as second string right now on the Jack personnel and everything like that. Honestly, it doesn't matter because you're going to rotate. We're going to rotate. Everybody's going to get a chance. Everybody's going to get their shot to play. So whether you're first string, second string, third string, or reserve, somebody could get hurt, somebody could go down, and you just got to be ready to step up, next man up. And that's how I really was thinking about it. I just wanted to be able to play, and I don't really count the amount of plays I get. I just want to try and make those plays count, you know?
Gotcha. Jadon, people are high on South Carolina's corners and their nickels. What do you think of the personnel that you guys are going to be facing on Saturday?
I look at it as just like they think we got to see them, they got to see us as well. So, I mean, that's all I really got on that. I mean, he's a great player. They got great players. We got great players. So may the best win.
Hodge?
Jadon, you mentioned earlier that y'all aren't satisfied as an offense. What maybe some areas that y'all are focusing on, improving or points of emphasis this week?
Just being crisp, less MAs, less drops, even though we didn't have that many. Just trying to play a perfect game, to be honest. I mean, nobody's perfect, but you always want to strive for that. You always want to make goals that you know you may not reach. But at the end of the day, you're going to fall short, but you should be okay where you fall short at, and be comfortable at that level and just keep getting better every week. We got some explosive dudes on that offense, whereas Rocket, Matt Landers, Warren, Trey Knox, the O-lines blocking their tail off. I mean, so we're just trying to all be a complete offense and just execute at least 90% of the game,
And Jordan, what about you? I mean, what about the defense? Is there any points of emphasis for y'all this week, or maybe areas you're trying to clean up after watching the film?
Really just everything, anything and everything we could really improve on, Like if we didn't have too many missed assignments, we may have had a few explosive plays that were held on us that we just went back and watched film and just saw. But pretty well, we played a pretty well game for defense. All around. D-line was getting knocked back on the offensive line. We were playing up front pretty well, pretty physical. The back end was working. They were doing everything they needed to do. Obviously, we had some busts here and there, which led to a couple touchdowns, a couple big plays, but that's just something that we just got to come in the next week, this week that we're working now, and just get right, just focus up and make sure, like Jadon said, we're just working to get a perfect game. And even if you're shooting for the moon, you don't make it to the moon, you're going to land them on the stars, So either way, you try and work that perfect game, and the better you get each week to week, you just got to keep grinding and keep stacking days.
Scotty?
Jordan, I think Saturday was your 7th career forced fumble. Is there a trick to it, or how have you been able to pop so many balls free?
I guess you just got to keep going. I've just been playing football for as long as I can remember. Ever since I was able to walk, I've just been able to play football. And I've just been playing see ball, go get ball. So you just got to have the perfect opportunity. It just works out for you in my favor. Thankfully, it's able to been working out for me. And I know it's going to work out for more of our teammates too. Like Nudie was able to get himself a turnover. I've seen a few people in practice just go for the strip sack every time, go for a strip, get the ball out and just pick it up. And that's what just we working on every day. Work on just getting that ball out, getting turnovers. That's our main focus. That's our main goal. Turnovers can really swing the game, can create momentum or lose momentum depending on how you take it. So just to be able to go out there and make something happen that I've done before, I was just happy to be able to be a part of that and a part of the success that the Arkansas Razorbacks had.
Yeah, and Jordan, I don't think we talked to you in the preseason either. So I'm kind of curious what your story is, or maybe what people should know about you and kind of what makes you tick.
There's really not much to know about me. I came from Georgia Tech. I'm a grad transfer. I am working on my operations management degree right here, right now. I came out here because the entire vibe of Arkansas as a whole was just amazing. You know, from the fan base to the coaching staff to the players, everybody treated me like a true family. Everybody treated me like somebody that belonged. You know, I found someplace that I really felt like I belonged, and they've been treating me like that ever since. So a lot about me. I love anime. That's something I do. That's just the main thing for real. I love to cook. I like to go out and do things, but you know, football is my #1 passion. That's just me. I've been playing since I was about 4 years old. And just to be able to just go out there every single day and just know whether I'm feeling good, bad, or whatever, all of my pain and all of my, I don't know what you could say, mental inadequacies, they all just melt away. Anything that I'm feeling that's on my chest, it just melts away whenever I step in between those lines. So I just want to be able to play as long as I can.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you sharing.
Yes, sir.
Mason.
Yeah, Jadon, Saturday was your first time to get to, play in a real game atmosphere with KJ Jefferson as your quarterback. I'm just curious, what you thought of him.
KJ has been amazing. Before I was even here. So just being able to help him contribute, block for him when he run the ball, and it's fun, I feel like I'm actually having fun with the game again, and my passion is starting to show again. And I just feel like I'm back. KJ is gonna be KJ and be a great player, great leader, great quarterback. And yeah, the offense just gonna keep rolling.
And then there on that first defensive drive, Nudie got that pick. I'm just curious what you've been seeing from him in practice. Do you guys ever get at it together?
We see each other in the fall. We saw fall camp. We saw each other a couple times, and that's we got each other's respect for sure.
Definitely.
He's great technician. He's just a sound DB, man. I love the way he plays. I love his energy. He's a funny dude. Really one of those guys I hang with off the field, to be honest.
All right, come back around. Final 2 questions. Trey and Bob.
Yeah, I had a question for you, Jadon, about have you nobody knows Spencer Rattler probably better than you do. Have you helped the Arkansas defense at all with any scouting stuff or tendencies? Have you been asked any of that stuff?
Nah, man. I think Coach Odom, he pretty confident. I'm confident as well in our defense. So I doubt he needs me. He's a mastermind. So he gonna do what he got to do, and I'm gonna do my job.
He's the guru.
And Jordan, I wanted to ask you about they return a lot of experience up front on the offensive line, and also have a couple of good tight ends. The other transfer, Stogner, I believe his name, from OU, and Bell also, and they run some wishbone stuff, a lot of different stuff. But what are your thoughts on I guess some of the guys that you'll be going up against more, the tight ends and an offensive line?
From what I've seen on film, they're a pretty physical team. They play well together. They seem to have, got a little cohesion on their offensive line within their tight ends and everything. Basically, we just want to come out and be the most physical team. That's our main goal every day. Just come out and be as physical as we can, start fast, jump on them, and get moving at that point. I know that I've watched a couple of films on the the offensive tackles and the tight ends, and they're pretty sound with their techniques and everything. I'm trying to, find little tendencies that I can try to exploit just the same way they're going to try and do with our D-line and everything like us. So now it's just really a focus up week of just physicality, footwork, just make sure everything's technically sound. And we guys got to be the more technically sound team if we want to win. That's just us, and I know that we can do that. We have the potential to do that, and that's what we're striving for every day.
Thanks, fellas.
Bob, last one.
Yeah. Jordan, I know Georgia Tech's a great place. I'm sure you had a good time there, but they struggled to win. What's it like going from a program that was winning 3 games to a program that's ranked and has really high expectations?
It's a very different vibe, like you can really tell where the things are going. You can really see how bought in everybody is. When I was at Georgia Tech, it was a buy-in, it was a process and everything. And although we struggled, we still had a family type bond. Everybody was still with each other. Everybody had each other's backs. It's got tight at times, but just coming out here and seeing how everybody out here plays, how everybody treats each other, just how tight, how the cohesion that we have out here just as a unit, the whole team, not just certain individual groups with D-line and wide receivers and quarterbacks. No, it's like if I want to go and talk to a quarterback, I can go talk to a quarterback, and there's not going to be no animosity. I want to go talk to an O-lineman, I can go talk to an O-lineman. Anybody can go up and share advice with everybody, and everybody's willing to listen. Everybody's willing to talk to you. Everybody's willing to, just exchange ideas, just be able to talk. Like, I can go up and talk to my boy Cam Ball about anything. He's my locker mate. I can talk to him about anything, and I know he's going to have some advice for me, whether it be on the field, off the field, personal, or anything like that. And I still have those connections with people at Georgia Tech too. I've talked to a few players on the D-line and a few other players after the game yesterday, which told them to keep their head up. I know they're going to be a good team, but you can really tell the difference between Georgia Tech and here, just the atmosphere, just the entire buy-in, just everything like that as well. It's just an amazing experience, and I'm just happy to be here.
We forgot to ask you about being SEC Defensive Player, Lineman of the Week. What'd you think of that? And you don't see that very often when a guy plays off the bench.
Appreciate you, man. And it's a huge honor. I honestly have to give the honor to my teammates, though, because they're the ones that came into the game. They were the ones that made those huge plays. Like, I made one big play, but our D-line was up there on a third down stop, or 3-yard line stop with goal line. They were able to turn the tide of that game. They kept their momentum. Nudie with the pick. Defense just had multiple plays throughout the game, and offense was able to convert and make their plays too. So although I got the honor, I'm thankful for the honor. The honor really belongs to the whole team, the whole defense, and everything like that, because one play doesn't really determine a game. Everything determines. And if you go back and watch, you see our entire defense working, our entire offense working, and we just played the way we wanted to play. And now it's just on to the next week. Now it's time to stack days. Now it's just time to get better, just go back into the lab and just work.
Hey, thanks, and congrats on that.
Thank you.
All right, guys, appreciate your time.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all.